So hello everyone and welcome to this session of the Thriving Families Africa Summit. And today I have a very special guest who was a teacher to my son, and my son still talks about you, Mr. Cliff. Yes, the one I used to say, oh, I'll talk to Mr. Cliff, and then the behavior changes.
Because he's my friend.
Yeah, that's how much these children hold teachers in high regard. And today we want to have that kind of conversation about just how to create harmony between teachers, students, and parents, because it's very important. We call it that triangle that is very, very key. So for us to have that conversation, I will just allow you to introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit about you before we dive in.
Into the questions.
Yes.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, so Clifford Oluoch is my name, and I am what I call not only a seasoned teacher, but what someone calls career teachers, the ones who started as teachers and will most probably die as teachers. So I've been in the teaching profession officially for 35 years, unofficially 38 years, because I taught immediately after my A-levels for about a year, and then I went to college, and I came back now to teach. So from 1987, I have been in the classroom, and I still am in the classroom. So I'm very particular about teaching. I'm very particular about children grow. And I'm very particular about ensuring that every child is actually in a school and gets exposed to education. So I had very many community-based projects whereby I try to get children off the streets into school. I try to get in the slums into better schools and all that. And even in where I am, to try and get students who are struggling to look for scholarship, because I believe it's much, much more than that. So not only in the classroom, but I'm also in the community trying to ensure that the community gets fully impacted in educational matters. Also in terms of education, I am very particular about getting the next generation of teachers. So I do run a program of internship, freshly graduated or yet to graduate teachers. We have a 1-year internship mentorship program at my current school. Some of the teachers, we end up absorbing them. Some of them, we release them to the world so that they can go and ensure that we do have good teachers out there. So education is my bread and butter, flows in my veins.
Yeah, but the core of who you are.
Yes, it is. It is.
I didn't know about the 1-year internship program. I think that's very, very important I teach teachers. So when we spit them out there, I think I know they would benefit from such an experience. So that's something else I've just found out.
Yeah, because we are now this for the 3rd year since I joined Regis, now McKinney. Started in 2022. So we had the first cohort in 2022. Now we're almost on the 4th cohort.
Okay.
And then every year we churn out some good stuff.
Okay. And
also some of the new teachers who join us employed, we put them in that program.
All right.
We have a 1-hour session a week. We send them to the slums as well to teach. We send them to international schools for benchmarking. So it's a whole rich program out to ensure. And of course, some of them have left us and gone to other institutions, and we say, very good. Yeah, fly away.
Yeah, good for them. You do your part, you plant your seeds.
Yeah.
So 1987 till date, how many years are those?
80. I was a scrawly 19-year-old, just finished my A-level, so that's 38 years.
38 years.
And some of the guys I taught that early, some of them who were in one then are now fully grown professionals, and I meet them now with their families and all that, and it's very, very exciting.
Yeah.
Some of them went from 4, and I did not teach them in class, but I was a basketball coach. We have this relationship, so you look at them and they're almost like age mates. Like, oh, was I really your teacher? Very.
So what has kept you in this work after so many years? You're still going strong.
Yeah, I always say that teaching, if you love it and you go with it to the full heart and all that, is a also rejuvenating profession.
Yeah.
You rejuvenate, kind of, right? Because every child that walks through your hands is actually a dose of energizer to you, right? And they're all different. They're never the same. So they come with their own things and all that. but they come with the energy, and they've got such positive energy. So if you draw from that positive energy, you remain eternally young, you remain eternally passionate, you remain eternally energized. I go home every day exhausted, right? But not tired. There's a nice exhaustion. Inside, you're feeling so fresh. But
Replenished.
yes, but outside, you're like,
yeah, like physical.
That's what they do. That's what they do to you. That's what has kept me going every year. And when a group goes, of course, a part of you dies, but a group comes in and a part of you again is reborn. So it keeps you going and going. I mean, like right now, I have a couple of discipline cases, and today I gave the parents a different perspective into looking into it, because we're just not getting into, we're not understanding each other.
Yeah.
Now, parents brought up in the village and have now made it and are living in Runda. They try to use their own village experience on their kids who are born in Runda. So I tell the parents that the child's entry point and your entry points are totally different.
Yeah.
This child's entry point is going to be the schools in Runda. That's the minimum. They will not accept on that. Your entry point village was a school in the village. That was your minimum. The minimum. So you don't expect this child to go and live in a bedsitter in Umoja, because that's not his minimum.
Yeah.
His minimum is actually that I buy a house, I own a house, my own house, because that's what my parents own. Yeah. I've got 3 cars, so they're minimums. And I've never looked at it from that perspective. So all of a sudden, we were having this confrontational kind of, the child. The parents understood the perspective. Should have seen the ice was broken. And they were just remorseful. Now, to me, that breaking point is just another energizer. Like, okay, it's worth it. Yeah. One more family, one more child, one more whatever. It's just worth it. And now, the child was going, was like, sir, thank you for that. It's priceless. So you look forward to the following day. However, it's a problem that you're tackling. So you can imagine now when you crack the problem, you feel about it, And I most proudly can say that 5 years I've been here, we have not expelled a single student, because I tell them, I won't expel you, I'll fight with you to the end. Wow. They really appreciate that you did not give up on them. No. So I look for the difficult cases and then try to simplify them and break them into chewable pieces. And when I get home, I say, that was worth it. Now, again, the underprivileged kids, again, I talked about the kids in the slums in Githogoro and whatever, and over this program, the Sulu program, where we help us kids in grade 6. So I've got 24 in grade 6 in Githogoro, but they come to Makini Runda, formerly Regis. I'm still trying to get around my tongue. Yeah, and every Saturday they're with us, and the interns that I've talked about help in running the program. Okay. So we have lessons for them. During the holidays, we have 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So we keep them off the slums, and we just give them a different perspective, right? Where I'm with this is that what keeps me going is that I need to get these 24 students into private schools around Githogoro. So in Ruaka, on Kiambu Road, Ridgeways, and all that. Well, so far, I've got about 4 schools that have agreed. So I've got 8 students who are off. So I've got about 16 to place. Now, that 16 is what keeps me going, because I feel like, no, I need to complete this. I don't complete this. Yeah. So I wake up in the morning and it's like, okay, fine. Now, where haven't I reached? Who haven't I talked to? And who do I need to consult and all that? So it just keeps me going, keeps me going, keeps me going, keeps me going. And each time I meet them, I know I've got something incomplete. So for me, it's more of the challenging situations. I love those ones. And not only necessarily with the kids, but so sometimes with the programs that we have. Like right now, we're ending the academic year, and I was telling a certain parent that the traditional prize giving day will 20% of the kids, 80% are actually spectators. It's traditional. But your child has been with us for a whole year. Why can't we give them a certificate of participation, right? A certificate of appreciation for having attended school for this number, whatever. To the child, it makes a difference. To the parents, like, no, I want glamorous and glorious things. Yeah. I look at that and it's like, I need to change this program so that the child is the winner. So I shared with the team and I says, listen, every child has to get something, not because every child has to be a winner. No, not every child is a winner. But let's break them into 3 categories. Category 1 is a certificate of participation, which we get when we attend trainings. Exactly. Right? Yeah. Every child gets that. Category 2 are the special prizes, academic prizes. Whoever has excelled in this, well, fine, we'll recognize them, right? And then category 3 is now what we have a league, and the overall best class is going to be treated and awarded for being top in 10 different categories. I say that's a difference. So those kind of challenges, I look at a program and I'm like, no, this program is not serving its purpose. Right now, the 21st century, we have got Gen Z, so are we up to date with them, or we are out completely? These guys, the attention span is small. AI has come in, so is it sensible to give them homework, or not give them homework? So to me, that keeps me going, and keeps me going because every single day there's something different to look at.
Yeah. You're touching on such raw areas, discipline, and just that mindset shift with parents growing up a certain way and looking at this child, and a child who experiences Runda when they are born and they expect Runda most of the time, we will label them as entitled. And I tell parents, yeah, they are entitled. They are entitled to this that you initially, introduced them to. Yeah. So it doesn't have to be a negative thing. It is true that this is what you introduced them to. And so there's such a shift of mindset there that's needed. And you saying you haven't expelled a child in 5 years, I do not even know how that works in any institution. And I think those are the stories we want to hear. How are you handling discipline? And then, of course, you're talking about, again, the prize giving. And that's also another thorny area, because on the one hand, we're saying, okay, people have to know there is a reward, for putting in hard work. But then there's participation. There's making the effort to come to school every day and participating in something that may not even be quantified. So how best do we reward or recognize or value process as opposed to, to results? So those are very interesting things. What's that?
There has to, for your child to be number 1, there has to be a number 30. So why are you not appreciating the number 30 for allowing your child to be number 1?
For aligning, yeah.
This guy was in class with my child. That's why my child is first, right? Can I appreciate him for allowing my child to be first? Anyway, that's another conversation, but good.
Yeah. So how are we doing it? How are we getting to 5 years without expelling? What are some of the things that you're doing?
So positive behavior, I'll give you, again, examples and instances of what happened. So the first case I remember, I've never forgotten it. I just joined the school, and within 2 or 3 weeks, I had like a number of cases, and one of them touched on contraband. And everyone was saying expel, these were kids in Form 1. So I looked at it and said, so if we expel, we are actually transferring the problem. Okay, and we have got kids who have been expelled from other schools, and people have actually transferred the problem to us. So I said, we're not solving. We are educators. We're here to solve problems. So we're going to.
Frozen. I will wait for you to come back.
Year-olds will experiment with it.
I lost you. You froze for quite a good minute.
Yes, so
talking about transferring the problem.
Yeah, so let's not transfer the problem. Okay? When you come to me, let's solve the problem. Solve the problem. So when we had that issue, I told my team, let us do 3 things. Number 1, let us look at the end product. If I break the law as a juvenile, what happens to me? Can you take the process of that? So we invited some policemen who told them what happens if you break the law as a juvenile. We invited prison wardens who talked to them about it. We invited, inmates who had already been released, juvenile, who talked to them. And then the last process is that we took them to the both institutes, and they spent a day to see where 14, 15, 16-year-olds are incarcerated for minor things, handling marijuana, So that was a wake-up call to the team and to them. So that was number 1. Number 2, again, sometimes this entitles generation. They have all these blinds, and they don't see what is on their side. So we have what we call in-school suspension. And
Okay.
in-school is that if we suspend you for 1 week, you will spend 2 days at home and 3 days you'll come for in-school suspension.
Okay.
And in-school suspension, we just take you to kindergarten.
Mm-hmm.
The teachers over there.
Mm-hmm.
Now that has serious, very positive effect on the kids because for once they feel useful.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids love them more than they love the teachers because this is like your older sibling.
Yeah.
And they feel useful. They feel so useful thing. And then at the end of the 3 days, the kids ask them, "Are you going to come back?" Kind of. They see they become kind of become heroes.
Mm-hmm.
So what was going to be a punishment, and you feeling guilty about yourself, you end up feeling that, oh, okay, actually, I can be a useful person. Now, why do we do this? Because in our communities and society, most of the time we're not given an opportunity to feel useful, even in the house. Right? A child wants to clear the table, you tell them, no, don't do it. The maid will do it. By the time they're reaching teenagers, you're fighting with them to now clear the table, whereas you're the one who needs to stop them from clearing. They want to feel useful.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of chain is also part of the in-house, in-school suspension. Is now we take them to the schools in Githogoro, in the slums,
Okay.
to do exactly the same thing, not to work, but to be in class and to help out.
Mm-hmm.
And the last group, I gave them a list of things. I told them, I want to fundraise for these schools. So go there and make a list of all the things you think that they need. So they went on a fact-finding mission, but it was actually a suspension. So when you come out of all this, you want to call them punishment. When you come out of all this process, your outlook is different. Okay? And you come back and it's like, okay, fine. I've never seen that side of life. However, that side of life is just next to you. But we've never connected that side of life with the side of life. So once we connect it, then we take it up from there.
Mm-hmm.
That process, I've got very few repeated kind of infractions. And the only time I've told the students is that I'll only expel you if you're a physical threat to other students.
Okay.
That's the only time that I'll remove you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That is such,
Yes.
again, another shift of mindset completely, because we have been raised knowing that discipline has to be harsh, it has to be punitive for it to be effective. And in the positive psychology space, and it's not just about positive thinking, really, it's not positive thinking, but it's about cultivating the strengths, nurturing strengths. And when people are able to see that they contribute, to experience sitting with the kindergartners and feel important, it cultivates positive emotions that make them want to do better.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a very, very unique system. Let's talk about homework. Let's talk about homework. You were saying you were thinking about, is homework necessary with AI and everything? What are your thoughts around that?
Yeah, is that the traditional way of giving homework? Just let's take, for example, math. You give the kids 10 sums and you expect them to do it. And the kid just feeds AI and tells AI to give you the whatever, and gives them even the process, the AI doing the process, right? Because unfortunately, homework has always been about the final product and final answer rather than the process. And even our assessment exams are more about the product and not about the process. So in the course of that, we lose the process and the way of doing things. So we have to rethink the traditional way of giving homework, and you have to shift more into presentations and feedback from the people who, from your peers.
Yeah.
So because I teach creative writing to grade fives up to 9, so I focus a lot on self-editing and peer editing. So self-editing is about self-analysis, which again for you guys will come about self-actualization. Even if I have an AI produced piece of work, I still have to self-analyze it. So am I analyzing work or someone else's work? In that question. And then with peer, again, we change work, and your peer edits your work, and you edit the peer's work, and you give them feedback. In that way, you're also able to see what good other people are doing, and what pitfalls they have. Then finally, now is when I look at it as a facilitator. So what does this? This draws away the thing of just give me a piece of work. I look at it, I grade it, and I give it back to you. No, it's learning. It's a learning, continuous learning, and continuous learning. The other subject is also about presentation.
Yeah.
Right. If I got 10 sums of math to do, fine. But if I go to class, and this is something that I did so many years back, if there's a particular problem or sum or everything. Each of them always have 3 or 4 different ways of doing it. So instead of giving people 10 sums, can I give them just 2 sums and tell them, give me 5 different ways of arriving at this answer? In that way, then they're thinking, oh, if I go this way, I get this way. If I get this, fine. Even if they use AI to get that. Now, when they come to present, now, they're presenting in front of their peers. So you're talking about listening skills and speaking skills. You're talking about presentation skills. You're talking about presence of mind. And then I tell the people, okay, ask them questions. So one harsh lesson that all my students realized is that when you're reading, I tell you, read for me your first paragraph. The moment you go over, the whole class goes, AI, they dismiss you.
Oh
so
my
people
God.
realize that, oh, okay, I'm not the one who's dismissing you.
Right.
Your own peers are telling you that. So they realize that, okay, now, even if I am using AI, I have to customize it to my own language. And they're there waiting, eagerly waiting with, what do you call it, sharp knives to cut you to pieces and whatever. And then eventually, when you get to the end of it, they say, that's not AI. So you feel, oh, okay. So homework, to me, maybe it has run its course.
You're right.
we not we have to rethink it. We just have to scrap it and abolish it and go more into presentations and all that and research. I'll give you an example. A time when my whole family, everyone is a student. So there was this particular time when one of my daughters was doing a master's in Canada. Was in USIU, and then my wife was doing her master's in Tangaza. And all 3 of them were on this assessment exam mode. So the 2 in Kenya were busy reading like crazy. The one in Canada, is laughing at them, saying that, oh, by the way, this is my life the whole year. I read, I research, I present the whole year. The 2 in Kenya over here have got an exam timetable. They can chill, and then closer to the exam, they wake up and they burn the midnight oil. They go and sit in an exam room, kind of, right? So the 2 years that the one in Canada spent, she was constantly being appraised, assessed, examined throughout. So that, to me, is what we have to go into. That if your son is in school for 14 weeks, you cannot tell me that I have to wait at the end of the 14 weeks to give exams, right? Every week there's something different. So are we taking care of those different things? Are we looking, or are we just waiting at the end? So that mind shifts, constantly. Even just presenting your homework book, just presenting it. Even if it doesn't have anything, they said, okay, fine, you presented your book. Okay, I'll give you half. Okay, because you presented. Right? So sometimes you feel like the world moves faster than education. Education is always lagging. It's always lagging behind, trying to play catch up. When AI came and it's like, okay, fine. All of a sudden, all the university guys, all the thesis, everything. All I have to type is Dr. Carol Chakua thesis on this. It will search, it will give it to me. So we have reached that level. So where is education in all this? Still, some people still are writing notes in class. Some people are still drawing diagrams. Some people are still giving those what call pen and paper exams. Right? Someone with A who cannot articulate their ideas completely. So have we worked on their presentation skills? So
total shift. And even way before AI, there's scores of research out there that shows homework is not equal to success. Homework is not equal to any learning. I mean, yes, this long holiday, my son had a lot of homework, and I will tell you, Mr. Cliff, he did not do it until the Sunday before school. So what's the point? Why are we just ticking the box,
Yeah, the other day I had a meeting with the grade 9s who were about to sit the Kenya Junior Secondary Assessment, KJSEC. And the first question I asked them, very simple, how many of you currently have a storybook that they're reading? And I was pleasantly surprised. More than half the class put their hand up. I told them, already passed your exam of life. Because a reader now, with all the pressure and with all whatever kind of thing, you're reading now, you're going to be a reader, and your mind is always going to be challenging the word. I told them, hey guys, get something that interests you in reading, whether it's fiction or non-fiction or comics. That is the exam of life, not these others, right? So if we don't get into that aspect of a reading culture, it's completely lost it. And for the longest time, all the classes that I teach, I push for the reading culture. I push for the, because that is the only way you're going to engage with other minds. You're going to analyze books. You're going to meet authors. This year in our grade 7 class, junior secondary, we introduced the African classics, so Ngugi wa Thiong'o and Chinua Achebe, and the third one. So we just introduced them. I told my team, we talk about colonial times and whatever. Why don't we get books that are written on those colonial times? Make a difference.
Yeah.
And when Ngugi died, the class was able to connect with a Kenyan author. You know, these are 12-year-olds able to connect and say, oh, okay. So they're looking at the tributes that the world is pouring, and Ngugi says, okay, we didn't know about this, and now they dived into the whole thing and all that. Now, that is something that they don't forget. And again, similarly with the rest of the classes, I keep on telling them, right? Let's study Kenyan authors. Let's African authors. Let's study European authors. Now, this is the elementary level in the primary. So when they get to secondary, they already have got this analytical mind.
Yeah.
So now they don't need any exam. They don't need any homework. In fact, if you give them those homeworks, they look at it and it's boring. Yeah.
You know, there is you and I at this level who really understand that. Then there is, of course, policy level and decision-making level where it's very hard to break through. And I don't know, what are you doing to just create a different culture? How are you getting the buy? How, especially for those who, when you're talking about your team,
Yeah.
how do you get them to buy into this? What do you do? How do you convince them?
But the magic is very simple. And I tell you, every school has got the framework. Every school has got the syllabus. Every school has got textbooks.
Yeah.
So there's no difference between my school and a school in Githogoro. They have classrooms, however dilapidated they are. They've got desks, they've got books, they've got everything. Right? So what is the extra? What is the unique selling point? That's what you have to ask yourself. Okay. So the same thing I keep on telling the parents. Why is your child coming to school? You can download the curriculum. Okay, you go online. You can get virtual teachers to come and teach your child. You can get. So why are you bringing your child to school? There's something more to education that you're bringing your child to school. So let's start from that question. Let's start with the why. You can answer the why you're bringing your child, and almost all the parents and even the kids keep on talking about you're coming here because of socialize. Socialize, really? So you have come to school to socialize? No, because I mean, humans are social animals, isn't it? So let's start there. Once we start from there, then we go to the point of what is your unique selling point. Then the third one is, can we do the same thing but differently? So 2 weeks ago, I was training some teachers in a school in Wiki. And that's what I told them. I'm not coming here to tell you what the curriculum says. You already know it. The textbook has done that very well. You know that thing of what Harvard does not teach you, what they never taught you at Harvard. People have been writing those books, isn't it? What they never taught you at university. Exactly. That's what now I tell them. What does the curriculum not tell you? Then I delve into that. So curriculum is not going to tell you about musicals and assembly presentations. You know, kind of this curriculum is not going to tell you about a student MC. Curriculum is not going to tell you about literature at grade 1 or year 1. It's not going to tell you all those things. The curriculum is not going to tell you about creative writing curriculum. There's none. So can you come up with one? The curriculum will say that there's drama, but can you teach drama from kindergarten as a subject and as a curriculum on its own? The curriculum won't tell you all those things. The curriculum will just teach English, right? Yeah. So we introduced what something called maths decathlon, whereby we look at arithmetic and we look at mathematics, both the logic side and the arithmetic side of maths. And the biggest, because you asked me that question, I took my teachers through this training. And you know what one of them asked me? Says, you mean all these years I've been teaching arithmetic, not mathematics? No, he has never he's never been exposed to the logic side of mathematics.
Right.
So the patterns and the sudokus and the algebraic, whatever, in a different way, completely. Cliff, you want to tell me that almost 20 years I've been teaching arithmetic? I said, I don't want to tell you, you're the one who's telling me that. Now, when the teacher has that self-realization, then the students are the ones who are going to benefit.
True.
However, my teachers were so shocked that when they exposed the children to the to the logic side of mathematics, the kids were adept to it. In fact, that I thought this kid who's been struggling with arithmetic is actually the best in logic. Completely. I said, because you've never actually exposed that side of his brain to this thing. So I dwell on what does the curriculum not tell us. I dwell up, keep on looking for those things. And when we zero down on them, eventually it's like, okay. Let's take, for example, spelling bee. I mean, we do spelling tests. Everybody does it.
Yeah.
But spelling bee, can you get spelling bee in terms of teams? Okay. Can you get spelling bee in other languages, in German, in Chinese, and Swahili? Can you get all that? We play Scrabble, but can you get Scrabble in Swahili, and Scrabble in this, and Scrabble in that? So all this is what is not in the curriculum. And when do we do this? We do them during lessons, we do them during clubs time, during the holidays and everything. So the kids are actually exposed to and kind of an enriched version of the curriculum. Yes, the curriculum is still there, and we follow what the curriculum stipulates, but the unique selling point is what the curriculum does not offer. And I keep on telling them that's what the kids are looking for. They're not looking for what the curriculum is there, because what the curriculum is there, they'll find it online. They can do it. Even the textbook, they have with the textbook. They'll read ahead. Sometimes the teacher is not there. They have no issues reading ahead and going on. But now some of the things that you present, some of the things that you introduce, they need the teacher, they need their classmates. Oh, the other thing that we also did is very clear is that all the competitions are actually team competitions. There's no individual competition. So collaboration is high-ended.
Yeah.
Concrete. And then what have you extended? We have extended. So you've got this league that we call the Excellencia series. So we've extended the competition, call them intra-class, inter-class, inter-school. Okay. So we've extended the competition from academics, the maths decathlon, the language fiesta, and the STEM. We've extended it to all the ball games, football, basketball, netball, swimming. We've extended it to performing arts. So these kids are always collaboratively competing and earning points. Then at the end of the year is when I'm telling you, your child has participated in all this process and all this program and everything.
Yeah.
Okay? Then, okay, the schools that we invite for the inter-school competitions in maths decathlon and language fiesta, first we have a training with the teachers. I tell the teachers, go ye and implement the same in your school. This is not about my school. This is about it's about the child.
Yeah.
So I've got all these schools that have actually started implementing that. And they told me, oh, by the way, the kids are loving it. The teaching has changed. And they come for the competition. The competitions are fierce, lively, everything. Very nice. It is an ongoing thing. It's not a one-off. So if your son goes for a football tournament and then wins a medal, right, and then comes back and shows you, oh, Mom, I won this medal. In the year, you find that he has won a medal in football, he has won a medal in swimming, he has won a medal in debate, he has won a medal in biathlon, everything, okay? In 1 year, he has got 15 different medals. The question asks, can these 15 different medals and competitions, right, can they be threaded into one competition, which is a league, and at the end, your child has earned 300 points and is the highest, and then at the end of the year, he's actually awarded or recognized as the best athlete or best all-rounder because he got all those things. Yeah. But if those 15, because currently they're there, are disjointed, then what will end up, which is very, very sad, is that for almost 50 years, or even more than 50 years, we've had music festival, we've had drama festival, but it's not in the curriculum, right? We've had ball games, football games, and whatever kind of thing, nothing happens. So which is the best school that has got combination of the mean grade in, let's say, KCSE, the ball games, right? The music festival, the drama festival, and discipline. Can I rank the best school based on that index? And then maybe academics will count 60%. Or the other 40% will count different things. Then the student will be like, okay, every single thing I do in school counts, including lessons and my absence. So that's a model that we are working on at Makini Runda. Yeah, it has taken long for the staff to get it. But you know, the thing is, even the new owners come on board and they've seen, oh, okay, these guys are doing this thing differently. It's a different way. And the staff now has gone into there. But it's not been a walk in the park. It's taken loads of training, loads of experiments here and there. Now, this is the first year that we've actually run the whole course. And we've ended up awarding kids for participation, for winning and everything. Next year, we'll go to the next level. And then, hey, the dream is to go national, and the dream is to go regional, and the dream is to go international. So that kids, okay, it is a league, not a one-off. Yeah.
Oh, that's so holistic. You know, that is so holistic because, again, top 100 schools, we just look at how many A's, what's the mean score. That's very tiring, you know, to just
Yeah,
always
yeah, and
focus on that. Mhm.
very cliche. Well,
Yeah.
good.
So then how do then we, as we shift into another space where there's a lot of disjointedness, it's like teachers are in their own silo, parents are in their own silo, and here are the kids. We're all looking at the kids, but just how do we keep harmony between the three? And not from a
Yeah.
place of perfection, but what are some of the things we can do? Because there's a lot of disjointedness there.
Yeah. I like the Strathmore-Kianda model,
Mhm,
which is as a parent, when you're signing in as a parent,
mhm,
you sign in and say that I'm going to attend parenting courses.
mhm,
So X number of parenting courses or whatever kind of thing, because they've already recognized that without the parents' input and winning them, okay,
mhm,
you're not going to win students.
mhm,
It starts with the family. It starts in the family. The family is a first educator, and when the family is broken, so the school ends up trying to mend the brokenness, right? So it starts with the family. So all the schools must have an intentional parenting program. Again, what the curriculum doesn't say. It says parental engagement,
Yeah,
isn't it?
PEE, parental engagement and empowerment.
It says that,
Yeah,
but it doesn't go into parenting courses and parenting coaching. It doesn't go into that.
yeah.
It just says that you have to be involved. You're called for a meeting, you come. We don't have a structure for the meetings, and the meetings end up being academic,
Mm,
uh, whereas all the problems are pastoral. The problems are not academic. All the problems are pastoral, right?
mhm,
The other day, interesting meeting with the parent who joined, and she's a single parent and she was feeling very conscious about it. I
mhm,
was like, oh, by the way, I think that now the single parents and the co-parenting,
mm,
not I think, actually, single parent and co-parenting constitutes close to 70% of the student body. So you guys are the majority. Oh,
mhm,
she looked at, because
mm.
nobody talks about it.
Nobody
And you
talks.
come,
Yeah.
no, talk about it. We just walk into it and we, kind of, right? Because again, we don't have a parenting manual and handbook, right? So as we are putting our money and our brains into curriculum,
Mm,
everything,
mm,
to put brains into parenting courses and coaching in school.
mhm,
And because for you as a mother, you'll see that the parenting coaching of your son at 3 years old is different with him at 6 years old. It's different with him as a preteen. It's different for him as a teenager. Now I have got 2 adult daughters in the house. It's also different when you have adults in the house. So you can't stop the coaching.
yeah.
But who has put the mind and the money into the thing? No one. Now that is what is handicapping the whole completely, because we've taken care of the students
Mm,
academic. The teacher is trained. We've taken care of him.
mm,
Who has parent? Nobody.
mhm,
So that's where the weakness. Can we start from there?
mhm,
Right.
mhm.
Number one. Number two, also the mind shift of the parents. When you call, you're a testimony to this. When I call the parents for an academic meeting, the attendance is 150%. I'll say 150% because even the grandparents come.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they come. You have when I have school functions, you have uncles and aunties and everything. Okay. When I call for pastoral coaching, how to parent your child at this, attendance is a bigger 10, 15, 20%.
Yeah.
Because to them, A, it's not important.
Mm,
B, they did not sign up for it. Nobody intentionally told them this is what you're signing up for. C, they know that they need it,
mm,
but they're running away from it because you're poking into their weakness.
mm,
Not going to win, right? So we've
mm,
not addressed that issue. So we've already failed by the time you're admitting the children into school,
mhm.
because all that I'm admitting your child, whereas I should be admitting your family,
True.
should be admitting you, should be admitting your child,
Mm.
should be admitting the father, I should be admitting the grandparents. I'm admitting a family.
The whole
And
community, really.
yes, you are.
Mm,
And the first talk should not be about, our main score target for this year is 10 point whatever to improve by this, and we're unveiling it in whatever fashionable way. No. The first meeting should be, how can the three of us work together?
mm,
These are the expectations. Right? So what we do at Makini Runda, at the beginning of each academic year, is we have objective setting.
mhm,
And this objective setting is between the child, the parent, and the student and the teacher. So we have that. So we have got 9 objectives. The teacher will give 3 objectives, the child will give 3 objectives, and the parents will give 3 objectives. And so we mix academic objectives and pastoral objectives.
mhm,
Now, when you come to TCs, what we are actually reviewing are the objectives that we set.
Okay.
So by the end of the year, these are the objectives that we set.
Mm-hmm.
Attain to them, and whatever. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
which is good because now it is for the child.
Yeah.
What we fail to do is two things. One, introspectively, we fail to have the teacher setting objectives for himself. Sorry, the child setting objectives for the teacher, and the parent setting objectives for the teacher, and the teacher also appraising himself.
Mm-hmm.
We do not set objectives for the parent. So the child does not set, the child can set objectives for you that, mom, your objective is to be home by 6:30.
Mm-hmm.
Mom, your objective is to sign my diary.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
We don't. So we end up like overburdening the child. And when you go for the parents teachers conference, what happens is we are looking at what the child has achieved, what the child has not achieved. So we are appraising the child.
Mm-hmm.
You're not, we are not appraising you as a parent. Collapse. Yeah.
Very, very, very doable, very simple.
It's doable.
Yeah, it doesn't require rocket science. And yet, when you involve the child like that, when you put the child in a position where they're able to set their own goals and also still appraise the teacher and appraise the student, the parent, how much confidence you build in them. And that already speaks into the reducing behavioral issues. Because you know what academic clinics usually are about. Your marks, your behavior, it's just that everything is on the child. And the parent goes into that space also feeling like they are on the butcher's, board because
No,
they're like, yeah. So this
you
is,
know, one of the classes I taught, there was this chat where the kids were sitting in groups and the groups earn points. But there was a very interesting one-person group. It was called the teacher.
Mhm.
So if you make noise, maybe you lose marks. If you whatever, just all those positive, negatives, merits, demerits, and all that. But that's not my interest. My interest is that each time I was like late to the class, the part they would put there -2. The kids would put -2 demerits. That thing was so painful.
Wow.
It was so painful that I used to walk out of meetings running to class, not to be given the merit, not to
Yeah.
be given. Then I'm there and the bell rings and I'm in class and the class whatever is very happy and puts for me there +2 or +3 merits. Now this is just like 10-year-old giving you merits, but I'm the impact, right? That I'm being appraised. Oh man, that was just another world. On another instance, again with this, which I've seen with this entitled, this is off the mark, but it's okay. The kids what you teach from the slums. The first time I went and I taught a creative writing lesson to grade 6, and I finished, and they clapped for me. They clapped, and I was like, "Oh, okay, this is different. This is different." But each time at the end of the lesson, the kids would actually clap.
Yeah.
It was a way of saying thank you.
Okay.
So even right now, the group that we have, the Sulu we have, and the Kami on Saturdays, and at the end of each lesson, they clap for every teacher. They clap. And I'm like, I've taught for this number of years, and those are that to Muniz, to
Nobody has ever clapped for you.
all that. Kids have told me, sir, the bell has rung.
Time to go.
It's like, get the hell out of here. However, that's what I'm talking about. Feedback, appraisal. That is the only way, that triangle of the teacher, the student, and the parent. It's the only way. There has to be feedback, there has to be appraisal from you to them to you, you to us to all of us throughout. We don't have that.
Yeah.
It is all one way. All of it is towards the student. So we're not going to improve.
Yeah.
And
if it's on the student, it reflects on the parent. So the parent brings a lot of pressure,
Exactly. And it's academics.
And it's academics, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that concept of clapping. I mean, that story of clapping, because it just reminds me how how important gratitude is, and just being able to sit there and just have a sense of gratitude of being taught is so powerful, even just for our own mental health. That's why you see sometimes children from those kinds of demographics are actually experiencing better mental health outcomes.
Yeah.
Because again, there's just being grateful, seeing what this little thing is doing, or big thing. You have to move.
That is very true. Yes, I need just to move a bit. Don't worry. Go on.
That's okay. Yeah. I think there's the light behind you. Okay. I'm sure you figure it out.
I need to to open the door so that they don't lock me in.
Oh, okay. All right. Do you need to pause and open? That's fine. This is
When they see my door locked, they might think that I've left. No, it's
okay.
okay, go on.
You will
I'm
have to find a place to sleep in your office.
okay.
All right. Yeah. Anyway, we are winding down. I think for me, it's the stories of the changes that you are making. And 38 years is a long time. And you still, they say teachers don't grow old. It's like, that nourishment that is going on because of being replenished and seeing the changes that you are making. So just maybe as we wind down, just what are some of the things then, because parent coaching, parent training is it's not there. And you're saying intentionality then comes in when it is part of the school system. I think I like that. But for a parent who is out there watching and wondering, what are some of the things when a child needs support, but adults often miss it? What are some of those things to look out for?
Okay, I mean, the first one is just presence, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's, if there's something that I learned from my dad,
Mm-hmm.
it was, I know there's an old generation who kind of believe that education is the mother of all things,
Mm-hmm.
but he was there for all my functions. So I picked that from him, and I am there. I was there for my kids. And I remember one day my kid, I think I was running late, and my daughter, I think she was in grade 9 or something, or year 9, I can't remember. And she told the teacher, "Oh, my dad will come. He can't miss." And where I was actually going to miss that program, but I knew it was the first time I'm missing it. So I told the guy, "Listen, I have to stop, and I have to do." It was actually a shoot. It was like this one, shoot like this one. So, and I appear. So we sometimes, especially with the current, what do you call it, current trend in the world and capitalistic approach,
Yeah.
which sometimes want to substitute things with people, right? And I learned this some time back that parents think that when they're doing their duty, that is what love is. So if you're a good school, then I love you. I bought you this, I love you, kind of. And the poor kid just wants you, just wants your presence. So number one, number two, number three, up to number 10 would just be there. Be, go for all the council or whatever, and just be there for the kid. We've had series of graduations because it's the end of the academic year. And last Saturday, there was this grade 9 girl who was just in tears, inconsolable. Why? If the father didn't come. This is one of those, again, co-parenting issues. The father didn't come. The week before that was from fours. And again, there was this girl who, the father came late. But before that, when they were marching, she was actually, you won't believe this, Carol. You won't believe it. The way a kindergarten kid at the age of 3 stands on stage looking out for the parent is the same way the 17, 18-year-olds are also there looking out for their parents. It has not changed. Presence. I matter. I've got parents over here who have got 3, 4 kids, and sometimes when we call for, we have bonding sessions, and these bonding sessions are per class. So the parent comes and tells me, "Man, Cliff, it's the same thing. I went for this one in grade 1. It's the same thing in grade 2. It's the same thing in grade 3. Tell them, go and explain that to your child." And the child says, "No, this is mine. That was my siblings. This is mine. You're coming for mine." So the child does not know whatever. The child knows me. So if you go for 4 functions or 6 functions or 8 functions because you've got 8 kids and whatever kind of thing, you're not going for 8 functions. You're going for 1 function, 1 function, 1 function, 1 function to the child. So be there for your child, right? So be there for your child at home. I think that to me is the only thing. I can't talk of anything else.
Yeah.
I saw my dad sacrifice so much and whatever, but of all the things he sacrificed, I think it is his time that I actually appreciated the most. He was there. Right? Now, because we are not there, what do they do? The kids start going into negative behavior to get your attention.
Yeah.
And some of the discipline cases that we handle, like some of the cases I've been handling this week, there's one that one day made me laugh. This child was not doing. It was not a discipline case. It was an academic clinic tracking case. So we decided to call the parent, and of course, this is a co-parenting issue. At the moment, first the mother was in with the boy and all that, and then the father walks in. This child in standard 8, big boy, goes, "Daddy," goes and hugs the father and holds him and starts, kind of not crying, but was so happy. He did not want to leave his father. That was the end of the meeting, kind of. There was no meeting.
Yeah.
This guy just he misses his father, he wants his father and everything. And I was like, oh, this is so cute. So we just ended up like just to kuchapa two stories. It's like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. That's all that was needed in that meeting.
exactly.
Mm.
That's all that these guys want. They want you, right? So it had to take a meeting to get them.
Okay.
Again, today you handle a very explosive case,
Mm.
very explosive. This teenage boy with whatever kind of thing, and outburst from the teenager, outburst from the mother, outburst from the. It was heated.
Mhm.
And I told them what? Do you know what? You guys have never had a neutral place to express your emotions. This is the first neutral place. You normally have your power base in the house, okay? And when you're talking down because this
Right.
is my house. I bought it and everything. And the child knows this is my parents' house, right? But today in the boardroom, oh, it was a neutral ground. Boom.
Gloves off.
Oh yeah. And at the end of it all, apart from the father, this one was crying, this one was crying. Complete. And they realize we never talked about this. We've never confronted this issue. Okay. So we are focused so much on calling for meetings and talking about academics, right? We have forgotten that we just need to talk. We need to talk.
Yeah.
So parents, I go back.
Mhm.
Apart from just doing your duty, which your duty is to pay school fees to take the child to school, because that's what the law demands. And you're a parent, you got this child, so your duty is not equals to love. Should they say that love is a verb? It's intentional.
It is.
Right. Duty is a noun, kind of you're doing it. This is what you're supposed to do. Oh, but love is a verb. Continuous, it does not stop.
Mm.
And that's what we should not forget.
Right.
I mean, there's no difference between you missing your child's function and you missing your child's wedding.
Whoa.
The wedding is as important to him as a graduation. It's as important to him as whatever, kind of the trip. They're all important. They're all important. They want you. So
Yeah.
don't tell me the wedding is more important.
Mm.
If you can miss his graduation, then might as well miss his wedding. Doesn't make a difference. Once you have that, then we go back to that we are bringing up a human being.
Mm.
And we're bringing up the human being, which is in this particular case the child,
Mm.
is the way the child end up treating the
Yeah.
kids
Mm.
generation.
Mm.
They'll see all these things.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, okay, I don't want to be like my father, or I want to be like my father. I don't want to be like my mother, or I want to be like my mother.
Mm. And
That is
Mhm.
that is a class that is ongoing right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
And unfortunately, when they say, I don't want to be like my father or my mother, under pressure, they still end up being that.
Precisely.
Yeah. It
And
becomes very hard for you to do something opposite from what you soaked in,
yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Cliff. You have shared stories. I think for me, that's what I came for, the stories, because they are real. They are work, because this is what this summit is really about. What's real, what's working, conversations that help people know that they can actually start somewhere. So yes, there is presence, very, very important. And then connecting in terms of the relationship. So one final word of encouragement or wisdom to parents, to teachers, to schools out there trying to create harmony. School community.
Yeah, I keep on saying my philosophy has always been the same. It's just keep it human.
Keep it human.
Always keep it human. Number one. Number two, keep it human, but humanize the process. Humanize, personalize, and individualize the process. And the reason I'm saying this is when I joined Regis at that time at 2021, came in and just crafted the the mantra happiness index. And I told my team, a happy child is equals to a happy parent. A happy parent is equals to a happy community.
Yeah.
And if a parent is happy, the teacher will be happy because you're not going to stress or whatever, right? So let's work on the happiness index of the institution. And how we're going to do this and whatever. So it's just very simple. Just humanize the process. So for me, it's just humanize the process of the institutions and whatever you are. Where I was, I humanized the process very simply, and I think you saw this even with Robert's time, or just being there to give them high fives.
I know.
It was it's a very simple thing, but it's so powerful. But you connect with them. Actually connect, and they can see. And so the process as well makes them feel that I'm someone. Because I matter, right? So when I was having that difficulty with parents because of national exam results, that it was not as favorable as the parents wanted to be, and they were left center, and then they asked me that, oh, so these schools have got this and that schools are producing this or whatever. It's like, what are you guys known for? I told them ours has always been the same. We humanize, personalize, and individualize our processes for a happy child.
Yeah.
And we're having all those issues in social media and people, abusing each other on social media. Some things that cannot be typed.
Yeah.
It's because we forgot. Is that for the longest time that someone was in school, from the beginning to the end, nobody gave them a chance to talk. Nobody personalized the education process. Nobody individualized the education process. If you do that, very simple. So we've got a student who is on scholarship, grade 9 student, and she lives in Gigagoro.
Yeah.
So I told her one day, she kept on saying, my mother wants you to come. I said, fine. So I picked a date, and I went to visit them. Of course, carry some shopping, go there. But I'm telling you, Carol, man, those guys had cooked for like 20 people. I told them, I'm coming alone. But I went there, and it was a very good meeting and all that. And I left with a jogo, cockerel, cuckoo, which they gave. Of course, later on, I posted the photos on our staff wall. And the teachers were like, why didn't you tell us you're going? I told them because this was my project. Okay, nobody has stopped you guys from going. You can still go. But the fact that the principal came to their house changed the perspective that, oh, okay, the principal can come to our house. I am someone. I am somebody. We are someone. We are somebody. Right? That is what we need to do. Humanize the process.
Right.
And even you, when you're a child, you humanize the process. Right? But the human first, you go to the rest. So many times you forget, and all that I want is
results.
I want results. I want results. When I was at Oswald, and the joke used to be that the mothers would just aim for A stars. So this student, O level, has got 10 A stars and 1 A. And the mother hating the student. What happened to the A? You didn't And the poor kid is like, I have 10 A stars, just that one A.
See that.
One A. The A is a kind of this person. So again, it's about humanizing the process. The basic words, right? When someone said that all his life, the lessons he's learned all his life are summarized in kindergarten values, right? So say thank you as a parent. Tell your child thank you, right? Say I'm sorry. Say I'm sorry. Apologize, kind of, right? As a teacher, I've apologized, kind of, right? I've said thank you. Apologize. Say excuse me. Say you're welcome. Use the magic words. Those 4 magic words. Adults reach a point where they cannot apologize.
To children especially.
Yes, I would rather die than resign,
Yeah.
Kind of aspect. Let also the children see the human side of you. Let them see the human side of you, kind of, right? Let you see the human side of them. So attend their birthday parties, attend weddings, attend funerals, humanize them. Just let's leave it to all that. So once you do that, then we're a community. And that, okay, we're not here just for grades and all that, and that is the end of the story. No. Was it last year? One of my former students, she invited me for her wedding. I taught her in primary school. She invited me for graduation, right? As a doctor. Like for whatever reason, I could not make for the graduation. Then she told me, please don't miss my wedding, right? Another one where I taught at Aga Khan, and both of them were my students at a different time. So I had the wedding of 2 of my former students. And I was making fun of them. Oh, you guys, instead of studying, you are busy looking at pictures.
You're taking out potentials.
The future plan.
One eye open.
The most things that they came, both of them, but they had 2 cards. So I asked them, what do you mean 2 cards? It's one wedding. He says, no, you don't understand. It's a Muslim wedding. So the girl says, this card is from my family, inviting you for my farewell, leaving the family. And the boy looks at me and says, this is from my family to welcome my wife.
Oh my goodness.
I attended a function on, I think it was on Friday and on Saturday. I had to attend both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because to them it's different. It's not the same. It's not a wedding. It's not the same thing. Oh, and then they told me, by the way, if you can get other teachers, I rallied 3, 4 other teachers that we had taught the kids. We said, you guys, these kids want us in the way. And okay, the kids now, they're not kids anymore.
Yeah, well, the kids to you, right?
And you go there for the wedding, and it's like you meet all your former students, and it's another class and everything, and all this laughter, and you realize, hey, this is what humanizing process
Yeah.
is all about. Yeah. So, to anyone out there, keep it human always. You can't go wrong when you keep it human.
That's there's no better way to end this. I say you can't go wrong when you keep it human.
Never.
And I guess sometimes the results will be 20 years down the line, but they will,
Yeah.
right?
And the community is actually the society is the winner in all this.
That's true.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for reminding us to go back to what is very, very basic, our presence and our humanness. We complicate this with systems and structures, which are important, but those trump this, which is the most important aspect. So thank you. I know many books will be written about you and your work, and you have left such a strong legacy. I know that we were having a conversation with a parent, I think on social media, and saying we need to have
Yeah,
students write about, we need a book. We need a book about this personal experiences that every child has had and every parent has had, because it's such very, very impactful. So may you live a long life to experience the results of the work that you have done. And thank you for coming today, saying yes to this conversation.
Thank you very much. Okay.